get this button, get this button, and we press this one. 60, 59, 58. This is a countdown 57, to the Slade and Mayson show. 55, 54. This continues to be a countdown to the Slade and Mayson show. 50, 49, 48. You're listening to the countdown to the 46, Slade and Mayson show. 45, 44, 43. This is the continued countdown 41, to the Slade and Mason 40, show. 39, 38. Right now, 37. You're listening 36, to the countdown 35, to the Slade and Mason show. 33. Please stand by as you're listening to the countdown to the Slade and Mason show. 27. This is, of course, the countdown to the Slade and Mason show. 23. 22. We continue 21 now with the countdown 20, to the Slade and Mason show. 18. 17. Stand by 16, as we are 15, now delivering the countdown 14, to the Slade 13, and Mason show. 12. 11. Yes. 10. This is our countdown 9, to the Slade and Mason show. 6. 5. Ready? Oh, sorry. 4. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here it comes.
Now broadcasting from the Dan Mayson Studios.
It's the Slade Mason Show day.
In the heart of Virginia.
I can't wait.
It's the Slade and Mason Show.
I love this show. I listen every week. I get issues.
I love this show too.
You know what I get to do, though?
What's that?
I get to listen live.
Oh, yeah. It's like, boy, by the time this finally hits the airwaves, there's all kinds of stuff cut out of it.
It's been cleaned
Hi,
up and
I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason.
And this is the Slade and Mason Show.
It's been cleaned up and reversed.
You gotta play those guys again.
What?
You got to play those guys again.
I'm sorry. Here we go.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason.
And this is the Slade and Mason Show. That's better.
There we go. Now we know who they are. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mr. Slade.
Good morning, Mr. Mason.
All right, let's get this out of the way. The Slade and Mason Show is all about you and us. It's like a radio program where we share with you news stories and things that you see throughout the week. It's our take on it. Basically, we're just saying the things that are stuck inside your brain that you would never hear come out on the radio.
You're a can opener for your head.
That's right. And we're just having fun, so don't take us seriously. And remember, all this music is brought to you by Dano Music. Dano Music, where music is from Dano. Dano Music on the net at www.google.com and then check danomusic.com.
They'll never find that.
And as always, we'd like to thank our sponsor, I See Something Icy. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So, Mr. Slade, if that is your real name.
Yes, if it were Mr. Mayson, if that is your real name indeed.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. It is, today is the 28th day of July. Believe it or not, man, it's amazing. This year is gone.
I know. It's just a few more days until Christmas. So,
and actually, it's 155 shopping days. But anyway, and schools here in Virginia are doing something different this year, or at least in this part of the state, because kids are going to be going back to school week after next.
Yeah. It's pretty frightening because summer's still running and they're back in school.
Yeah, baby. It's like, again, you just see them sitting there. Again, the elbows on the table. It's like looking outside, seeing birds, and it's 80 degrees.
Or 105, and the birds are melting on the trees,
Or, again.
Looks like a Salvador Dali picture. Okay.
105, and again, like I say, the air conditioner don't work.
That's right. Oh, they've actually had that problem where they have the little rental, the trailers, and there's no AC inside. They're just container boxes.
Ooh.
They'll feel what it's like to become an illegal alien. It's just.
It's like I got to tell you, you keep talking for a couple of seconds because I got to set up this bit.
Oh, he was to set up a bit, so I'll just talk about some stuff I've read in the news now. Oh, what? Oh, I thought it said something else. No. I was reading a story about freshwater lakes and rivers, and the first word kind of threw me off. I'll read it the correct way. It says organism invades through the upper nose into the brain.
Oh my God! I mean,
but that wasn't the word I first read. I didn't think it was organism. I thought it was another word.
Man, they have.
I'm like, wait a minute. How is that
for women?
How is that possible? Oh gosh, I just love
about that though, Dan. Is the fact that this guy got this brain-eating organism from swimming in water. And now they're warning people about just going into the ocean, and hey, the ocean is getting its revenge for all that pollution, man.
Just saying. Oops, the sound is on. Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. The other funny thing is,
no, that's not funny. It's like that guy's got. I mean, it's making me scared to take a damn shower.
No, what makes me funny is the way I read this. It was like, I just had a couple vowels at a place.
You're a pervert, and that's why. And they say I'm the one. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Gentlemen, you're finding out it's Dan Mayson.
Yeah. So what I think is funny is every time our great president signs something into, well, not law, but whenever he signs something, he's got this
executive orders.
He doesn't use his glasses, so he uses it looks like he uses a magic marker, and it's
giant crayon.
Yeah, it's like 22 inches wide and about 15 feet tall. I mean, I could see it from 9 feet away, so it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. So I'm hoping you have your weekly gripe.
Yeah,
I suspect that's why we were doing our little delay here.
All right, so today is the 28th day of July.
That's right.
And every morning on my morning show, I basically, ever since right after the day after Christmas, I start counting down the days until the shopping days until the next Christmas.
You bet.
But I have to give Madison Avenue its due, because every once in a while they will strike on a chord, and I don't care how old it gets, it's still funny.
What happened?
Right. Okay, are you ready?
Hold on. Let me sit down.
All right, now.
Wait, hold on. Adjust my seat. Wait, hold on. I have to adjust my seat.
Get really comfortable, because you're going to love this. This is going to be worth it all.
Okay, hold on. Let me grab my coffee.
Hey, wait a minute. Pick that up.
All right. I am.
Okay. I'm so relaxed. You being the one with the multitude of children.
Yes.
Staples came out with a campaign years ago. And every time, it doesn't matter. Every time I hear this song, it's all I can think of.
Yeah. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yes. When the children go back to school, I think it's absolutely brilliant. Yes.
I think it is the greatest campaign ever. Now, here's the sad part for me, because my kids were all out of school by the time this commercial campaign came up, but seeing the parents with the basket, and they're just enjoying the ride on the basket, and the kids are slumping behind them with their head hanging down.
I can't believe I gotta go back. You're gonna make me wear that shirt to school.
I really think that when I come back, see, I'm on vacation right now. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, you can consider yourself privileged, because I'm on my vacation and I'm doing this show, again.
Well, that's what I did last week for everybody. And the week before. Yeah, I was on vacation last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to hear about your pain.
Oh, no. See, again.
Man, I'm sick and tired of you complaining.
Don't make me call you out,
man,
Mayson.
Let me say something. Okay.
Don't make me call you out, because it's like back in June when you decided you wanted to go to New Jersey.
Yeah.
You have to tape 2 shows.
Well, look, I was out of town. It wasn't like I was in town. I was hanging out, man. I'm sick and tired of this.
Computers are everywhere.
All right.
So anyway, this campaign is just, and it's that time of year again, but usually this doesn't start running until like the end of August.
Yeah.
I think when I come back from vacation, I'm going to open up the show with it. I'm sorry. It's like, so it's not as much of a rant as it is a pat on the back to Madison Avenue.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
And I'm done. See?
That's a goodly thing.
See?
I'm so proud of you.
I'm not always angry. Okay. I'm not always the angry black man. It's like sometimes All
right. So we're going to talk a little bit about the death of Chubby Checker. So, as you know, Chubby Checkers passed away a couple years ago.
Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Hold on.
What?
Now, here's where this all started. I'm talking to Dan during the week.
We were violating the rules, by the way, but go ahead.
All right. So we're talking about something, and Dan says, well, Chubby Checker's dead.
That's right.
He is not dead.
But I remember he died.
I'm telling you, he is not dead. All right. And here's the definitive answer. Go to Google right now.
Uh-huh.
All right. And when you get to the Google search page, type in Chubby Checker.
Yeah, I know. Apparently he's not dead yet.
Yes. And when you get to this page, you will see that, oh, yes, it tells you, let's see here. What do we need to know about? Here he is.
Yes, he's 77 years old. I get it. So it's called the Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect.
I'm familiar with the Mandela effect.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. So the Mandela effect is just that. People believed that Nelson Mandela died in prison. Okay? There's a whole swath of people, like a third of all the people you will talk to will talk about the fact that Nelson Mandela died in prison.
Here's the simple question.
Mm-hmm.
How did he serve all those years as president?
It wasn't easy, but...
He knows secrets.
He knows secrets. That's right. So there are some things for the Mandela effect that people are confused about. So, for instance, there is a famous portrait of Henry VIII, and in his right hand he's holding
a turkey leg.
He is not holding a turkey leg. No, he's actually holding a pair of gloves. See? The Mandela effect. All right. Now, in the Monopoly game, the little tiny guy, they call him Rich Uncle Pennybags. He's got a hat on, a cane, and what else? What other distinct? Correct. He does not have a monocle. Okay. All right. Let's try this one. My baloney has a first name. It's Oscar. My baloney has a second name. It's
Mayer.
That is correct. It is my Mayer. Stop the singing. We're going to get in violation of copyright.
Oscar Mayer has a way with BOLOGNA.
Made by mechanically processed chicken, beef, and pork. Good for you and your whole family. Okay.
Yeah, you want to go on a diet, just follow around with this guy and have him explain to you where all this stuff comes from.
Hey, let's turn this package over and start reading the ingredients. Oh my gosh, I'm going to need a thesaurus here. Pokemon.
Now, hold on a second.
Pokemon.
Hold on. Did I get the Oscar Mayer right?
You got the Oscar Mayer correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Kit Kat or Kit-Kat? Is there a hyphen between the kit and the cat?
Kit-Kat.
That is 100% wrong. All right, Tony the Tiger. What color is Tony the Tiger's nose? They're great.
Black?
No, it's blue. All right. Without looking, spell me this famous Kellogg's cereal. I'll say it. You spell it. Fruit Loops. You can write down a piece of paper to get it right.
Okay. FROOTLOOPS.
You are 100% Correct. A lot of people spell it with a fruit, F-R-U. Anyway.
I get all the food stuff. You notice that? Oscar Mayer fruit.
It's a little disturbing. All right. Now.
There's some more.
All right. We'll see cultural differences here. Once upon a time, there was a book called the Berenstain Bears.
Bernstein's Bears.
Right.
Bernstein
Kindness counts. Okay. Is it Bernstein or Bernstein?
The second one.
That is 100% wrong.
It was the first one. You just edit out the second one. See,
all right.
My mistake doesn't come up.
Now, if you mess this one up, we got an issue. You ready?
Okay. Yep.
Write down a piece of paper. You ready? Here we go.
Wait a minute. Let me give up a piece of paper. Okay. All right.
All right. You got your magic marker or your crayon?
Crayon.
Sell Donald Trump crayons. Okay.
We are really picking on the president.
Oh, my gosh. He's trying. He really is trying.
He's just making us so much. I'm telling you, he's just so brutal.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Write it down on a piece of paper. Looney Tunes.
It Bugs Bunny.
Okay, it's how about LOONEYTOONS?
It's 100% wrong, buddy. You got it wrong. It's TUNES.
It's TUNES?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Looney, yeah, but I got the loony right, so.
Yeah, it goes with the territory, I tell you.
Okay, now. All right, here we go. You ready for this one?
Yep.
There's a blank in the middle. So it's Sex Blank City.
Oh, okay.
It's a TV show.
Yeah, okay. It's like I never watched it.
All right, so is it
Sex in the City?
That is 100% wrong. It's Sex and the City.
Oh, that's because they're all whores.
That's right. Oh, my gosh.
Especially that horse face, man. It's like, God, the one that's married to Matthew Broderick.
I didn't know something was married to Matthew Broderick.
Parker, that's her. I'm telling you, her nickname should be Trigger.
You're such a happy man.
I am not kidding you, man. I'm looking for her to run into Belmont Stakes.
Oh my goodness gracious. So that's called the Mandela effect. There's a group of people, and what they're talking about is the possibility that they have dipped into an alternate reality where in your reality Tony the Tiger has a black nose. In reality, he has a blue nose in my reality, but in yours, it's black.
It's just naturally to assume that it's a black nose because you've never seen anybody other than a toucan with a blue nose.
His nose is not blue.
No,
it's multicolored.
It's yellow and red and
it's rainbow.
White. Yeah, it's like, yeah. So
you are.
But you see, it was just the fact that, when it comes to pop culture, I'm not very far off the base. And I think that's what makes me a good Jeopardy contestant. And when you said, it's like, Chubby Checker's dead. I'm like,
but he is dead.
Oh, no, he is not dead.
Chubby Checkers is dead. We just talked about that.
Well, I got to tell you, Ernest Evans is probably real surprised. But you see, here's the thing. You know, when I was in the hospital years ago, it's like I heard everything under the sun, including the fact that I was in the hospital for heroin. And it's like I was going through withdrawal and I was being, it's like it was just incredible. I wished I had as much fun as people say I did.
So you were doing heroin in the hospital?
Yeah, it's like according to them, it's like I was all hooked up in heroin. Oops, you're gonna have to edit that.
I had to hit the little hold on. I put the little marker here. Hold on. Put a control B. I gotta get rid of that word. Okay. Sometimes we just get a little happy and we just get a little out of character.
But like I say, so you will admit that Chubby Checker is alive.
Apparently he came back to life.
All right, wait a minute. Okay. right. This is our new game show, ladies and gentlemen. Dead or alive.
Chubby Checkers, alive or dead?
I'll name a celebrity, and you tell me whether he's dead or alive.
Oh, my gosh. This is going downhill real fast. All right, so let's move on to something different.
George Carlin.
Who did what?
George Carlin.
Oh, he's very dead.
Okay, all right. Eddie Murphy.
He's very not dead.
No, but his career is. I'm sorry. Better move on before I really get into trouble.
All right. So, you have graciously removed the hair follicles from the top of your head years ago.
You have such a way of expressing yourself.
I take a potion of Rogaine and Crazy Glue each morning.
Are you
no, just
you shouldn't be telling me this stuff.
and yet my pillow has more hair than I do. But never underestimate the power of a good comb over, right, Donald Trump? Anyway, so the point is,
that's the whole rug, man.
We're all becoming phallically challenged these days, and apparently we don't actually lose our hair. It's a fact.
Yeah?
If you look really, really closely, the hair is still there. It's just really teeny tiny, really, really small, and really, really clear. Okay? It's like, imagine a big tree is not there anymore. There's just this little teeny tiny sapling sitting there waiting for something to happen, but then the sapling dies. And then a week later, a new sapling comes up thinking it's going to be a big, huge tree, and it just sits there, teeny tiny little sapling. And that's pretty much it. So what researchers have figured out, they figure, hey, this should be an easy ride. We'll just go ahead and do some cloning and DNA transfers. And, we're in that stage these days. And it's not like we're building a kidney or something. It's just a hair, I mean, how bad could it be? Well, apparently those protein strands are really, really complicated because it riles on top of itself and it pushes up through the follicle. But even though it is a very difficult and very challenging product, they think they're less than 10 years away from where you can walk into a clinic somewhere and you'll walk out with a full head of hair. It'll be in your pocket, but that's what I got so far. So,
well, it reminds me though. It's like I remember when I finally had to admit that the comb over wasn't working. Have I told you this story?
You've mentioned it before, but I think it's been a while since everybody's heard it.
Okay, so I went into the bathroom. Well, now remember, ladies and gentlemen, I was hip. I had my hair fried and dyed and laid to the side.
Mm-hmm.
And I had me a ponytail. Yes, sir.
Yep.
I had a ponytail, a real ponytail, man.
Sorry.
So I went into the bathroom one morning. It was a Sunday morning. And I decided I would take a look at how my long, luxurious hair was hanging.
I wish that most of the people at the health food stores would do the same thing. These guys look like they got like a shop mop on the back of their head. It's just been stapled into place.
So I take my mirror and I decide to hold it above my head, and I get
further back.
It's like there's
the sun.
Light
the sun is reflecting
off of my head. all around it, there's this beautiful black hair. In the center, there is a bright, shiny spot.
It's like the Pacific Ocean, I'm saying.
It does. It reflects the mirror and the light. Oh, you talk about one heartbreaking experience.
Man, that whole global warming thing took place in your house real fast.
So then, what do? I decide to turn my back to the big mirror so that I can use the little mirror to look at the back. Oh, my. Why didn't anybody tell me I wasn't fooling anybody?
Oh, no. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's deplorable.
And at that point, I reached down and I got my can of shave gel.
Shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look clean.
Full of white cream in my hand. And I decided that I would just take it and go take a strip of it and go down the right side or left side of my head. I pulled out my razor and I made a long streak. And then from where there used to be hair, there was now this very clear streak. And since I knew I wasn't going to be able to go out in the street with this clear streak in my head, it was time to remove it all. And I cried. And I cried.
He fell in a pile of shaving cream.
Oh, boy, it was a passing of a torch. It was a passing of a moment. And I realized, yep. I wish I had done more with it when I had it. But now it's an easy upkeep, man.
Yeah.
Easy upkeep.
Just towel down.
And I'm ready to go. Comb your hair. Okay, give me the washcloth.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, this is probably a good part for us to take a short break.
You can't take it anymore. That's why.
Get it? Part break.
Sadly, however, we will return to the Slade and Mayson Show.
Get back because we're coming back.
Turn the mic down.
Today in history, July 28, 1540, Thomas Cromwell is executed at the order of Henry VIII in England on charges of treason, and then he marries his fifth wife, Catherine Howard, on the same day. Work. 1821, Jose de San Martin declares the independence of Peru from Spain, and then he ran out of town. Didn't want to be around for that fight. 1896, the city of Miami, Florida is incorporated, and then they set up a hot dog stand right there. 1948, the Metropolitan Police Flying Squad foils a bullion robbery in the Battle of London Airport. I had no idea those bullion cubes were so expensive. I just thought they made broth. 1935, the first flight of the Boeing 17 Flying Fortress is seen. With its 4 engines, sounded a little bit like this. And finally, 1996, the remains of a prehistoric man were discovered near Kennewick, Washington. Such remains will be known as the Kennewick Man. Kind of looks a little bit like a cross between Pauly Shore and Jean-Luc Picard of Star Trek. I'm Dan Mayson, and that's July 28th.
Man with face like totem pole, painting flowers on a pottery bowl, works all day to finish one, cause he gets salary when he is done.
Bum, 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 pim, 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 come, sound like mandolin, let and ballad of silly grin.
From chocolate, whiskey and vanilla gin.
Bum, bum, pim, pim, pim.
Now my girlfriend, she's cold as ice. She kissed me once and then she ran away twice. But tonight I'll fix her good and make her love me like a sweetheart should.
Bum, 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 pim, 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 come, sound like mandolin, let and
chocolate whiskey and vanilla gin. I buy a horse with a V-shaped back. Once was a winner on the Trinidad track. Now he's bony, old and thin. With one more race he can surely win.
Bum, 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 pin, pin, pin. Tom, tom, sound like mandolin. Left-hand fellow got silly grin.
From chocolate whiskey and vanilla gin.
Bum, bum, pin, pin, pin.
A big fat hen with lazy legs. Sat in clover but she never laid eggs. Now she lays them every day. Chocolate whiskey make her lay that way.
Bum, bum,
Here,
pin, pin.
chocolate whiskey.
Tom, tom, sound like mandolin. Left-hand fellow got silly grin.
From chocolate whiskey and vanilla gin.
Chocolate whiskey and vanilla gin.
Bum bum bim bim bum.
Chocolate whiskey and vanilla gin.
Bum bum bim bim bim.
Chocolate whiskey and vanilla gin.
Bum bum bim bim.
Chocolate whiskey and vanilla gin.
Bum bum bim bim bim.
Chocolate whiskey and vanilla gin.
Bum 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 bum.
This is that.
Must now return you.
I'll explain that in just a moment.
Show.
Hey, Macarena. Daga, daga, da, da, da. Hey, Macarena. Da, 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 da. All right, that was Edmundo Rose and his orchestra with chocolate whiskey and vanilla gin. You know, so if you're dating a girl and she doesn't want to go with you, just slip her a little chocolate whiskey and vanilla gin, and you know, I guess
Is that the 1930s version?
yeah, I guess that's date raping. I don't know. That's not really appropriate. Anyway, that's wrong.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mayson,
And this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
Oh, for crying out loud. Anyway, that was done in commemoration of the fact that today is Chocolate Milk Day. Chocolate Milk Day. You're supposed to have a big old stinking glass of chocolate milk. It's National Chocolate Milk Day. Today, July 28th.
You know what? It's like, and I drank the last of my chocolate milk yesterday, so I must go out and get some more because I have to keep putting color in my cheeks.
Well, there you go. Okay.
I was, before we broke, you mentioned, I could have swore, did you make a Star Trek reference?
Today in History did.
Okay, and I got to tell you,
Jean-Luc Picard.
I am so disappointed.
In me?
Okay, so I went through the Star Trek with Shatner, and I even
Before he died.
I even got into Star Trek Next Generation.
Yeah.
After that, I kind of fell off the Star Trek bandwagon.
Everybody did.
But do you know that they are still going to squeeze the last drop of creativity out of Gene Roddenberry's dead corpse?
Yep.
This year, this season, coming to a television show near you.
Dun, 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 dun.
It is called Picard.
Yes, I know. It's frightening. It's frightening.
I mean, I don't even know what to say about this. It's like I am so ticked at television for being so lazy. So now my rant is coming up. I just, there are so many so-called creative minds in Hollywood and in Vancouver that you would think that they could come up with one original idea.
Nope. What do you think's going to happen? If this, hey, listen.
Off the back of.
Look, if this sucker comes through, if they make the money they think they're going to make, you know what's going to be after that? Kirk.
Oh, God.
No, Kirk.
Jeez.
Kirk.
No.
Yeah, Kirk.
No.
Kirk, the retirement years.
Oh my gosh. It's like, I just, and they even have a picture, there's a shot of him, and you can see they get all close up, and he's all grayed and wrinkled, and he's got like hair coming out of his nostrils.
Oh.
And he's like,
TMI.
Once before.
All right. Hey, real quick, just want to thank our sponsor, which is Icy Something Icy, which is shaved ice treats. That is by my buddy Sheila Kinnan, and you can reach out. 804.
For a living,
Yeah, 804-617-8820. I'm a professional. You don't do this at home. 804-617-8827. Put that microphone down and walk away from your computer. She's also available at www.icsomethinicy.com. You drop off the G in the ice something. Gosh.
So do you remember the little elves that you'd see at Christmas that you put on your tree?
What? Back this up a little bit. Where are you going? What happened? I don't put nothing on my tree. I put tinsel and lights and bulbs and little pickles.
Like they used to have these little elves that you could get, and their hands were like stapled together.
Oh, you're talking about the elf on a shelf. And he's got like a GoPro to Santa on him somewhere.
This one has a little piece of paper with it, with a little box, and then one says naughty, and the other box says nice, and the one that's checked says burn down Cheryl she shed.
What? Oh, gosh. You are frightening me. You are very much frightening me. All right.
Hey, it's been a very good week, man. A very good week indeed.
All right. So anyway, getting back to Icy Something Icy. They are available at something without the G, icy.com. Great for birthday parties, any corporate events. Your local church is having some event or something like that, fundraisers. Really, really tasty treats. I've had them several times. Love them to death. Summer is coming to a close, which means it's time for like having block parties and things of that nature. So you can have, a block party, but block. Oh, stop
block.
it.
I'm sorry.
Go to your, ladies and gentlemen, he's been dipping into the car parts early this morning. My deepest apologies. Anyway, la la la, chicken ice cream. I don't know what the heck the guy was singing about. Chocolate whiskey and vanilla gin is what that Mr. Slade has had a little bit, and Mando Ross and his orchestra are going to be done here.
Though, Dan, listen, we are professionals, and and even we have our moments where, boy, I tell you, it comes out your mouth, and it ain't supposed to be that way. You know where I'm going with this one? Because there's one man in this country who, when he says something, he means exactly what he says. Okay. And I'm talking about the president of these United States, Donald J. Trump.
He was awarded the Bronze Star and the Combat Infantryman Badge for his service.
Infantry bin. So, how big was this bin, and can you store laundry in it?
Now, hold on a second.
Now, usually, I'd back up and repair myself, but go ahead.
Hey, well, we're gonna see, President. Now, you were talking about him. He was a hero, right? So he was a hero. Mm-hmm.
He was awarded the Bronze Star and the Combat Infantryman Badge for his service.
So, what I think is funny is now, when you and I talk, okay, and when you sing, you realize that a lot of times you need to take a deep breath.
Yes.
What I think is interesting about him is he'll be like talking, and I want to talk. And you hear like his breath just disappear. It's like, and I'm thinking, is this it? Is he checking out now? Oh no, he just forgot to take a breath.
You, though, but remember during the campaign,
what kind of bin was it?
I could have swore. I mean, I've been around the block a few times, and I've been around people who.
Oh, you think? Oh, what did he say? He said it was interesting. He was talking about he doesn't drink, you know that, but he was gonna inflict pain. He talked about inflicting pain against France because of the. I can't make this stuff up. He was talking about the engineers, the ones who are writing code. And something to do with the fact that he didn't like the fact that they were taking jobs from Americans. So he was going to retaliate by putting a tax on wine. And the reason being is he felt that U.S. wine was so much better than French wine. He says, and then he goes on to say, well, I don't drink wine, you know.
Yeah, I don't drink wine, but
I think it looks better. Like,
well, you know, like I said, when he was doing these interviews and...
Oh, you think he's sampling some white powders?
Oh yeah.
I don't know about that.
Like I say, I've been around people who indulge it.
Maybe he had some chocolate whiskey and vanilla gin, man.
No, I don't think he wants no chocolate or vanilla.
Maybe we get him to lay an egg. I don't know.
All right, so I wasn't done yet because
go ahead.
Our great leader, Donald J. Trump.
Not again.
A man of few words, or at least a few correct words.
He has worked in both houses of Congress, advising lawmakers. I can see he had some talent.
Markers? Were these magic markers, or were these like Pentel pens? I don't. Law markers.
Oh, wait a minute.
He has worked in both houses of Congress, advising lawmakers. I can see he had some talent.
Lawmakers. Oh, man.
He was awarded the Bronze Star and the Combat Infantryman Badge for his service.
So, again, when you make mistakes, you got to stop and you got to like correct yourself. And,
exactly.
and even as much as we used to make fun of Bush, he would stop and correct himself. Okay,
but this guy.
This guy, he just rolls with it. It's like
he doesn't apologize.
No,
no, sir.
He's a funny guy.
So
he makes late night TV interesting. So,
oh man, and you think? Wait a minute. You wait for the next 18 months, man.
Oh, this can be a ride. Hey,
I'm probably gonna get fired 3 or 4 times before it's over with.
So you walk from all the way from your house to where the place where you work each day to perform your thing. Now, when you walk back, it's daylight, it's lit up, it's bees are buzzing, trees are happening, birds.
Sure.
Have you ever accidentally stepped on a ground beehive? That is to say, yellow jackets in the ground.
Years ago, I was cutting my lawn in the house that I had in the country,
mm-hmm.
I was push mowing, and I ran over this kind of pile of dust, and the next thing I knew, I was running, and it's like there's nothing. I mean, all you got to do is just see a fat person run. But then you see a fat person running and waving his arms like mad and trying to get the heck away from these things that are following him. And they're hitting him too, boy. I have run over a yellow jacket nest.
Yeah. So that happened yesterday to my brother. He was he was mowing the lawn. And maybe that's the reason I don't mow the lawn. I think it's brilliant of me. I like the meadows out front. They're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The wildflowers and the trees coming out.
It looks like a jungle, man.
It's beautiful. So anyway, he rolled over with a manual push mower, and he got hit. So, and then he finally tells me about it like 4.5 hours later. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll take care of it. He goes, well, how are you going to take care of it? So I just did what I did the last time I came across something like that. You get a glass bowl, nice, big, huge, Hawken Pyrex glass bowl, and you put it right over the hole. And do they get angry? Woo-wee. Let me tell you. When I hit that, first off, I only saw like 1 or 2 yellow jackets at the hole. The moment I went, boom, and of course it shook the ground, there were probably about 500 or 600 of these buggers coming right out of the hole, full bore up against the glass, going bing, 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 and you could hear them. They were angry. And so that bowl will stay there for 5 days, and then afterwards that nest will be dead because they're not very bright. They go, wait a minute, we came up through this hole yesterday, right? Yeah. And we went down the hole yesterday? Yeah. So this is the hole, right? Yeah. So they come out of the hole, and there's this force field around them. And they don't know what to do. And they go bing, 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 and they keep trying the force field, and they keep trying, and they just can't get out. So after about 5 days,
definition of insanity.
Yes, they'll run out of water, they'll run out of food, the queen will die, the eggs will expire, there'll be no one there to take care of them, and then we can lift the bowl, and life goes on. It's a beautiful thing. So. Bees are very angry. I'm going to go out and take a look at them a little bit later. Now, the ones also there were the ones that were coming home last night. Were like
right?
They're going bing, 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 bing. Hey, there's a force field here. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Can't figure this out. I'll have to go around the other way. Bing, 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 bing. This is not good. Hey, Gary, I can see you inside. How you doing? Hey, there's a force field here. So yeah, I set up a force field over.
You're going to die.
Oh my gosh!
So I was at the Madison County Fair last week.
Nice.
And I have a picture of me doing something that I never thought that I would do. I was holding
water skiing. Water skiing.
I was holding a reptile.
What was her name?
He was really the cutest thing. And it's like, again, and in another life, I would say, oh, I must have one of these.
No.
But I remembered being in my house down in the country, and once a year, one snake would get into my house. And they were the most annoying. And it's like, I found one on my back porch. And the old thing, if you throw gasoline on them, it really lights them up. Yeah, it does. It lights them up, makes them real angry. They do not like gasoline.
Evidently.
And I got one, and I grabbed it, and I was going to take it outside and let it live. And it started to move.
Oh, really?
Did
you think it would be something you get at the 5 and dime? You get the little rubber one, just hold still. Okay,
once I got it, I thought, well, it'll just be still, and I'll carry it outside, and I'll let it live. When it moved, it's like bang, man. I was like, I'm banging it up against the wall.
Oh gosh!
And when I threw it outside, it was well said, dead, man. The only thing that was left alive was the tail.
Go free now! Go free now! Make little snakes. Bye-bye.
My mom she was a mountain woman, dude.
Oh.
It's like, again, she was one of those, she saw a snake. She got the pitchfork, man.
Yep.
And with pitchfork at some boy, it's like, and he'd be caught up in there. And if he was still alive, she would bring the hatchet out and yagow.
Yeah.
Hit off.
Lunch. Come on, we're gonna have lunch now.
I don't I don't share those values. It's like, if I gotta chop something up to kill it, I ain't gonna eat. That's all.
Oh man. Oh, did you hear about the chicken?
What chicken?
Oh my gosh. So I'm only guessing that this was like a gourmet restaurant where they slaughtered the chicken, they gutted the chicken, they de-feathered the chicken, they cut up the chicken. And then there was I guess it was just you've already cut off the breastplate, you've cut the legs and thighs, and it was just the back portion. It was sitting there on the edge of the counter. And it started moving back and forth, and it finally slipped off the table onto the ground. Now, look, this is perfectly normal. There are some doctor talked about that chickens are different from people, whereas their nerve endings, just blowing at them will activate them. They're very highly sensitive. So the fact that it was moving is normal. Rigor mortis does not set into chickens. It could take upwards of 3 days. I did not know that. That's very interesting. Chickens are very, very different from people.
Man, it's 8, 8, and 8.
I'm sorry. From the beginning, what?
For man, rigor mortis is 8, 8, and 8.
What does that mean?
8 hours to get in, stays 8 hours, leaves 8 hours.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for sharing. All right, so this is the Slade and Mayson show, and
No, because again, like I say, I just happened to bring that up because remember I was a pre-med major.
That's true. That's true.
So, and just like again, when you chop a chicken's head off, they flop around. And
they
it's
do.
Like again, but they're not alive because their head's like in your hand.
Oh my gosh. Hey, we want to make sure you guys take advantage of a freebie that's out there right now on the internet. And I was just reminded of that about 15 minutes ago. And you told me about this earlier this week. Equifax.
Yeah, baby.
Equifax messed up. Equifax released 2 years ago, just so you guys know this, 2 years ago, we're just finding out about this, all your personal information. Now, it wasn't everybody. It wasn't everybody. It was only about 80% of the population of the United States of America. So
I think the count was like 147 million people.
Yeah. So if you're one of those few that Equifax accidentally posted all your personal information on the internet, if you go and you search Equifax, what do they call it? Equifax. Whatever.
Equifax breach
or something like that. It'll take you to their website, and really all you do is you put your name, your address, your date of birth, hit the go button, tell them I want the $125. They're going to send you a check, and you got 90 days to cash it.
I'm getting mine in a card.
And a card?
Yep, I'm getting a gift card.
Oh, I'm not. No, no way. No.
Yeah, I'm taking the gift card.
No,
so.
I want the check. I want the check.
I want the check.
I want them to process that sucker.
Paper trail.
No. Yeah. And don't worry, because it's all. I'm sure it's safe now.
So like I said, yeah. Here's the thing: they offer you $125 or 10 years
of security. Yeah, don't worry about it. We protect your account.
Which is why we're in this mess to begin with.
Yeah, guys, don't worry about it. We're just going to put a protection on your account. It's going to be like a brick wall made of like toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it.
So again, it's like I told you, you stole my identity. Boy, are you going to be sorry. You wait till you try to open up some kind of credit card.
Protection? No, I'll take the 125.
Damn number.
That's funny. Let's see. What else?
Now, I'm going to wait until I get the money in hand. Mm-hmm. And once I do, then we'll talk about how true Equifax is. Okay. But if you get a check, cash that bad boy quick.
It's got a 90-day window. 90-day window. Hey, so let me ask you a question. You ever heard of a group called the Beatles?
Isn't that band that Paul McCartney was in after Wings?
Yeah.
Wings?
Yeah, it was just before Wings. Yeah, that group. So did you ever buy any of their albums?
Oh God, yes. I bought them all.
Did you buy them on vinyl?
Yes.
Oh, you did.
Yes.
When 8-tracks came out, did you possibly buy a few on 8-track, possibly?
I got the White Album on 8-track.
Let me ask you another question. Did you ever buy maybe some of the 45s?
No.
Oh, interesting.
No.
I bought a few.
I never bought 45s.
What about cassettes? Cassettes were a lot easier to transport. Did you buy any cassettes by chance? Of the Beatles?
Yeah.
Oh, really? How about maybe when CDs came out? You wanted to hear the quality of the CDs. Did you ever buy any of the CDs?
I have
Maybe?
to tell you, no, I've
No.
never bought
Okay.
CD.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm
But
asking,
I own hundreds of them.
the reason I'm asking is we should start a petition. This is really mean. We should start a petition that every Beatles song should be in the public domain. And I'll explain why. Everybody I know has owned a Beatle recording, the entire catalog, and they've purchased it over and over and over and over. Now, by law, you're allowed to make a copy of your recording of the Beatles. That means there should be about 62 trillion copies of the White Album available for everybody to use. It should just be in the public domain. I can't think of a single reason why we should be paying any more royalties to the Beatles. Sorry, Paul. Sorry, Ringo.
Now, here.
Think about that.
It's like I am. It's like, and I'm thinking, when I had my vinyl, it's like, because I'm a disc jockey, you get that. So you want to have one version that you can play on the air and one that is absolutely clean.
Well, that's the card tapes.
I used to have 5 copies of the White Album.
Mm-hmm. Well, wait. Didn't you use card tapes?
What?
Didn't you use cart tapes?
Cartridges?
Yeah.
No, it's like, no, I didn't do that because it's like we couldn't afford to have that many carts out there.
Oh.
Again, we had to make sure we had carts for commercials.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So no, we didn't. So,
okay.
But the thing of it is that I understand your rationale, but I would say that probably, Sir Paul is going to have some objections to that.
Nope. Let's start a petition. Come on, let's go. First off, they should just release Magical Mystery Tour and go, yeah, we messed up. This is yours. Have at it.
I see again. I'm a Beatles fan. I'm a Beatles freak. Have been since 1963. So
before your mother was born.
I can't do anything against the Beatles, man. This is where you and I'll have to draw straws.
All right, wait a minute. There's a fog upon L.A. It's got to be one of the worst songs. Please don't be. All right.
Talking and instead, please don't be.
All right. That was our 12 seconds. Stop. But I think that should be. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Here's the movement. Again, if you think like Dan, go ahead.
That's
and
a problem.
Petition. However, if you think like me, just go home and listen to Magical Mystery Tour. Run up for the Mystery Tour.
Oh my gosh, that was a pitifully sad album because, yeah,
but it had Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane on it.
All right, so Penny Lane was okay, and Strawberry Fields was okay, but that was really a Lennon song.
Yeah, well, like I say, that was also influenced by car parts. That's where I came to believe that's how you get inspired.
I didn't know they was mechanics.
Oh, they had some of the best mechanics.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's not even right.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mayson,
and this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
All right, guys. So that music tells us we are out. We'll see y'all next week. We're going to be into August already.
Oh, man.
August
right.
4th.
It is. Jeez. Yep. Oh, getting even closer. How many children do you still have in school, man?
I'm down to 64.
Okay, well, like I say, we're going to really have fun getting them ready for school. Remember, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
All right, and Peter, you're going to wear Paul's clothes. John, you're going to wear Paul's clothes.
Paul, Ricky, you're going to wear Helen's clothes.
You got to wear Helen's clothes. Sorry. Say goodbye, Mr. Slade.
Goodbye, Mr. Slade. Oh, by the way, Dan, how much of the material did you use?
Not much.
For those of you just joining us, because we start this every week, and it's like we got all this material that we're going to cover, and at the end of the show, we haven't covered any of it. But we're still funny. That is
all
the
the trash.
ending is the period.
Shh, it's the exit music. He's got issues. All right, that's it. We're not funny anymore. Stop it.
Maybe you're not. Oh, see, again, that's what I get for getting up early today and starting in the car parts early.
All right. Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Bye. See ya. Bye.